is going on, everybody? We are working on the 7.3 van today because this weekend we are going to Connecticut. There's going to be a variation of cool things happening, a couple different shenanigans. I'm not going to tell you yet, but just know it's going to be fun. And we need the 7.3 van to get there. It's a 2.5 hour ride. We are going to be taking the trailer with us. So that's kind of a clue. We're taking a trailer. Nothing on it, but we're going empty. That'll be fun. The van's making a weird noise. It sounds definitely like serpentine belts. Well, I thought it sounded like serpentine belts, so I opened up the hood, and the first thing I saw as soon as I opened it was the pulley. I'll get you in there. Right on the top, right there, that one right there, was just making weird noises and wobbling all over the place. And that right there is our air pump, because these don't make any vacuum apparently, because it's a diesel. And that is my air pump. So we are going to take some of this stuff off so we can better see it. I'll fire it up now though so you can see what I mean. The thing is clapped. That noise you just heard is what I heard coming from the vacuum pump. I called it the air pump, vacuum pump, same thing, whatever. And that noise you just heard is the same thing. And obviously that pulley, the bearings inside are bad. So we are going to take this beast apart now and let's get in there. I have the air box off now. It opened it up quite a bit. Now we can really see down there in what we're working with. It'll be hard to show you guys though. What I'm working with is just 3 bolts down there. You can see the one on the top. There's one to the left of it and the one below it. And you will need a 10mm wrench to get those bolts off, a 15 mil probably, or just a 3/8 I think, to loosen your belt tensioner to remove your serpentine belt. You don't need to take it all the way out, but just take it off the pulley obviously. So you can take this apart, and then there's one hose clamp that you will need pliers to take off. And that is really, I think, all we will need for this job. I have the belt loose now and off the pulley so I can work on it. I ended up just needing a 1/2 inch drive piece here to loosen the tensioner to get the belt off, but it came off pretty easy otherwise. I just ended up sticking my arm down there with the 10mm wrench, and I was able to completely loosen all 3 bolts on our vacuum pump here in the first go. This was probably the most easy and satisfying removal ever, because I was using a 10mm wrench, and you guys know, using a wrench is slow. You just like crank, crank. So all I had to do was crack these free, like one turn, and then I was able to back them out with my fingers, and it was just so easy. I just pulled them out. I literally didn't even take my arm out the whole time. I cracked them free, finger loosened them back, and I noticed, I was like, oh no, these can't come out. I was like, that's not, well, this, wow, I picked the one that can, didn't I? Yeah, but the other ones, these other bolts are trapped in there. You can't get them out. It doesn't happen. So I was like, oh no, am I gonna have to pull the pulley off? Go to parts store, got my new vacuum pump here, and they come in, oh, gotta get out, super clutch, because they give you the bolts. They know that you don't want to deal with that shenanigan of taking the freaking pulley off, and they give you brand new hardware. So that is super lit. All I have to do is put the hose on and thread it back in, and we are done. That's super awesome. I really couldn't have shown you much of taking this out because it was so easy. Like I said, I just went in there with my 10mm wrench, cracked them free, backed them out with my finger, and this unit slid on out. After checking out these vacuum pumps and looking them over, I actually see that there's a seal just hanging out down there. So this thing is definitely bad. The seals are blowing itself apart. And just handling it, I've been getting metal shavings on my hand from this. That's clapped. Also, I'm gonna have Justin here hold the camera so I can demonstrate the difference between these 2 vacuum pumps. So this is the new one. This one's gonna sound kind of like a trumpet.
I was thinking like here, like sucking.
It's like, it does like vacuum things. It makes vacuum. This one, the clapped one, Doesn't. It's like a car or like a engine with no compression. It just like spins so easy.
Yeah.
It's clapped.
Okay, you can even hear it.
Yeah, it's just junk. So
Yeah.
yeah, new part going in.
Nice.
I have the new pump down in there. Looks so nice, brand new. It took me a little while to tighten those 10 mils with my wrench. Like I said, it's slow, obviously, you're cranking away. And it took me a little while to tighten them, but they're all tight now. And all I have to do is put my serpentine belt on, put my airbox back on, and we can fire this beast up. The serpentine belt is on. It's really easy with 2 people because I just pulled over here on my 3/8 ratchet, and he slipped the belt on right over there. And that was that, so now we can put the airbox in, give her a crank. She's all legit, airbox on. Let's fire it up. Hopefully we don't hear the same sound. That's the goal here. Already, got it better. No noises so far, I'll rev it up in a minute. I cleaned up the area and put all the tools away. I changed my shirt because I was a little bit sweaty. I was standing in the baking sun. But we're gonna go out for a rip in the 7-tree van now. Just to make sure all is well. Like I said, we're going to Connecticut, so pretty long ride. So we're gonna make sure everything is kosher.
Get the pole.
I'll get the big pole. Nice. Nice. Turbo noises. So this is super legit because I didn't know this was gonna actually like affect the feel of the brake pedal because that was a vacuum pump and the vacuum controls kind of like your brake pedal and like I think that's really it, just brakes. So the pedal feels so much better. Like my brakes feel like a brand new car. And I didn't think that was gonna happen. I didn't expect that. So that's kind of an awesome surprise. The brakes feel way better. Oh, we're going off the road trying to talk to you guys, but yeah, they're just mint now. It's beautiful. So we fixed the noise and we got a better brake pedal now. The thing stops like a little car. Doesn't even feel like a big van. We've been out ripping the van around and we just dropped off the core vacuum pump to get my 15 doll hairs back. And we just found that the van AC works, so that's awesome. Blows cold, blows cold. If you were here, just imagine your hand just nice and cold. It's great, like the 7-3 van has nice cold to AC, that's legit. But I think we're gonna rip it up a little bit more and then send it home. Animal, she scoots. We have to slow down. Oh, that's funny. We are back at the compound. Everything sounds great. There are no weird noises, and I'm extremely happy that my brake pedal feels better because that was a surprise and awesome. The van is ready to go to Connecticut. We'll just have to load up the trailer. And that is really it. Please leave a like, guys. Leave a comment, and I hope you all enjoyed as always. Peace!
Why self-life? We got London on the track.